What up, my folks? Welcome to the Afterthought here. Zach Hankins. Just got back from LA Fitness, balling on the court. These young folks showing me that I got to get back on my grind. I got to whip myself back into shape. Just playing some basketball with the youngsters and doing what I do best. But anyways, this is a response video to Spike Lee. I watched First Take the other day. And he's wondering why there's 31 other teams besides the Niners that ain't signing Kaepernick. He wants to know why somebody of Colin Kaepernick's skill is not being put to a contract. Well, brother, I'm going to tell you why. Now, first off, I just want to say that I'm not here hating on Colin Kaepernick. This is nothing against Black Lives Matter or any of those organizations that basically propped him up and basically made him the spokesperson. Nothing against BET or the Breakfast Club, but this is just to basically tell y'all the real reason why Kaepernick was doing what he was doing. Okay, first off, just let y'all know that Kaepernick is not an activist at the end of the day. He's not somebody that's going to speak up about the views and speak up about what the issues that's been going on in the past 5-6 years, okay? What's been going on, the black folks out in the streets with these officers killing innocent black men and targeting them, Colin Kaepernick hasn't spoken on any of that, all right? When Trayvon Martin got killed by Zimmerman innocently, the boy was just minding his own business, okay? And all those events that happened with the news and the court and that whole story, Kaepernick did not speak up at all, okay? What happened with Daily Roof going inside that church, killing all them black folks innocently, okay? When all that was going down, Kaepernick said nothing. When Alton Sterling got pinned down by them officers in New Orleans, just minding his own business, after they got him arrested under handcuffs, all I had to do was put him in the car and take him away. They killed him anyway. Okay, where was Colin Kaepernick then? Nowhere to be found at all. See, y'all understand? Y'all need to understand this right now. And this is just the truth. Because I've looked into everything. Colin Kaepernick last summer, after the 2015-2016 season, this was after Denver defeated Carolina in that Super Bowl, and it was the offseason. Colin Kaepernick was immediately trying to get out of San Francisco because he didn't want to be there no more, right? He felt that he wasn't giving him no help. Jim Harbaugh left. A whole lot of players like Michael Crabtree left. Patrick Willis and Justice Smith retired. Vernon Davis gets traded over to Denver since then. You lost to Sean Goldson, Bronte Davis, that whole team that Kaepernick had, basically, and even Frank Gore, the team he had when he was in the Super Bowl in 2013 and 2014, going to 2 NFC championships in a row, basically in the playoffs 3 years in a row. That team basically pretty much left, okay? Jim Harbaugh released. He released himself. He don't want to be there no more. Okay, he didn't get along with management at all. They wouldn't let him run the team like he wanted to. They hired Mike Tonsula, who was a lineman coach that had no business being a head coach at all. That didn't work out. They bring in Chip Kelly last year, okay? And those know what happened to Chip Kelly when he was in Philadelphia. He destroyed that entire team, and then I don't know why the 90s even took a chance on him in the first place. But still, Kaepernick wasn't happy, all right? That's understandable. But instead of just, waiting till his contract expired, okay, instead of just waiting things out, and instead of trying to focus on the following season and try to build some chemistry with his team, with the offense, Kaepernick instead is trying to say, okay, tell my agent I won't out. He told the San Francisco 49ers entirely, he said, I don't want to be here no more, trade me. Okay, I don't want to practice with y'all no more. I don't want to go to the meetings. I don't want to be a part of this organization, okay? Let me leave. I want out of here. Okay, this is the problem why the Niners didn't want to cut him at first, because they would have still owed Kaepernick that money. You see, when these athletes sign these contracts, they sign a guaranteed contract. Especially the ones who are already established like Kaepernick was, okay? If the 49ers would have released Kaepernick, for one, they'd be giving up at least about 10 to maybe 5, 8, 9 million that he was already owed. Second of all, they had nobody else, okay? They couldn't find nobody else with his skill set, okay? Because Kaepernick has the potential, he has the ability to be great, but the problem is Kaepernick can't adjust, okay? This is the problem with Kaepernick. Why that season, Harbaugh's last year there, when he moved into that new stadium, they went 8-8. Reason why is because Kaepernick don't know how to read plays. He don't know how to read coverages. He doesn't know how to audible. He don't know how to calls. And furthermore, he doesn't know how to throw the arm. He got no arm strength like that at all. That's been a problem with Kaepernick. He's a mobile quarterback. Yeah, the man to run, but see, the wing option, the pistol, was mostly him tossing it to either Frank Gore or maybe throwing it maybe 6 or 7 yards. He wasn't really throwing deep all that much. Okay? He's not a run and gun type player. He can't pass 15, 20 some yards, all right? That was Alex Smith was good at with the Niners. But Kaepernick was a totally different quarterback than Alex Smith. And honestly, truthfully, that was Alex Smith's team. Okay, how they released Alex Smith, and you know what I'm saying, and let him go like that was kind of messed up because Alex Smith almost had that team in the Super Bowl. Okay, it wasn't Alex Smith's fault. That receiver tried to be the hero, and instead of fair catch it, he fumbled against the Giants. So that would have been the 49ers beat New England, possibly in that Super Bowl. Okay, that would have been their 6th title instead of them having to play the Ravens. Matter of fact, they would have gone to like 2 Super Bowls in a row had they, to me, stuck with Alex Smith because he was the leader of that team. He was there longer. Yeah, Alex Smith suffered a concussion, but to me, it's like Colin Kaepernick got exposed. Okay, he showed how good he truly was. Okay, but still, that's been the problem with Kaepernick even the last 2 years. All right, the team went 2-14 because Kaepernick doesn't know how to adjust. He panics too much when he's in the pocket. He don't know how to trust his team like most other quarterbacks, such as Russell Wilson, Tom Brady, Matt Ryan, Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, and so forth. Even Roethlisberger. Those guys are good because they know how to adjust. They know how to adapt. Okay, they know how to change up their style. Kaepernick doesn't know how to do that, or he hasn't figured it out. So that's been a problem with him. So the main reason why this team did not re-sign Kaepernick, they let him go, in which the other teams are not picking up for one. Okay, Kaepernick, I understand you want out of your contract, but you still got to show up. Okay, when you sign that contract, all right, and you making that money, you obligated to basically do what they tell you to do. Okay, you got priorities right now. That means you got to show up at team meetings, you got to show up to OTAs, you got to show up to training camp. Kaepernick was doing neither. Matter of fact, this man wasn't even practicing with him all that much last year. This is why the offense wasn't clicking. This is why Kaepernick didn't build no chemistry, all right? He was so busy trying to get out of there right now that he didn't care about being with the other teammates at all, okay? So when he decided to sit down during that national anthem, that was just him being lazy. He said, man, forget this. I don't want to be here no more. And they know I don't want to be here, okay? I don't want to practice with none of y'all. I'm not a part of this team. It wasn't until a cameraman caught that and started filming him basically sitting down when the rest of his brothers, you know what I'm saying, that was on that team, the other black athletes was standing up. The other athletes team had their right hand on their heart, actually honoring flag. He was sitting down. It wasn't until Roger Goodell started speaking up, the general manager and the owner of the team started getting on Kaepernick's case. And then you had all these fans, all these people that started talking about him. And yeah, we living in a messed up America, but you gotta understand that him being half black and half white didn't make it any easier, all right? This is why he was gonna get the hatred he got. And people villainized him, all right? And well, until all that went down, and then you start trying to say, oh, I'm doing this because I'm protesting. I'm doing this for oppression. I don't like what this flag represents, so I'm not going to stand up for it, okay? So then here come Black Lives Matter, BET, the Breakfast Club. They all get behind him, all right? Black Lives Matter, made him their front person, okay? To represent them. They told him what to say and everything. And then that's when Kaepernick started talking about Donald Trump and him and his candidacy, in which, like I said, I told y'all in my other videos, I didn't vote for Donald Trump at all. And Donald Trump said something ignorant about Kaepernick the other day, because it's not a person around who don't know who Colin Kaepernick is by now. Still, it does not change the fact that Kaepernick did not be a team player. He was looking out for himself. So y'all need to understand that right now. Kaepernick did what he did because he didn't want to play in San Francisco. He was already pissed off the fact he couldn't go to another team. But y'all need to understand this. Why would any team right now want to sign Kaepernick if Kaepernick won't listen to his coaches? If Kaepernick wants to define management? Because when you put on that, y'all need to understand this too. And this is any athlete will tell you this. When you put on that uniform, you put on those numbers with your last name on the back. When you have a locker room, you basically representing that team. You're representing that city and that state, okay? You're in an NFL league that pretty much honors that flag. And their main reason was because of look at the troops, okay? I understand Kaepernick wanted to protest, okay? I understand him trying to stick up for his black people, but it was the way he did it, all right? And furthermore, Kaepernick, if you didn't like what the flag represents, at least take a knee. At least, you know what I'm saying, try to honor that flag by remembering the troops, okay? Remember the brothers and sisters that's out there right now that fought for that flag and have died for America, all right? That's why I stand up in the national anthem, because I'm honoring the troops. I'm honoring the veterans who have gave their lives for our country and for our freedom. That's why I do it. And it took a veteran to actually talk Kaepernick into taking a knee, because Kaepernick was that defiant. And then him wearing pigs on his socks, basically offending the police force, because not all officers are bad. Let's keep that real right now. I've had officers help me out when my car broke down on the freeway. They pushed me in all the way to work. Okay, not all officers are harassing black folks. Okay, it's just the racist ones. Still, Kaepernick was supposed to be a team player, okay? You know what I'm saying? You were supposed to honor your team. He was a captain, for God's sake. on that team. They looked at him as a leader. He wasn't showing that he was a leader at all. So y'all need to understand, Kaepernick was just looking out for himself. So this is why no team wants to take it right now, because they know if Kaepernick has a fallout with the team they signed him to, and something to go his way, he's going to be doing something else that he doesn't like, and he's going to be defiant, he's going to be disobedient, he's going to want to do what he want to do, and he ain't going to listen. And you understand this too. A lot of these players, these coaches, these general managers in this league, they know what's up. They know Kaepernick's true intention about what he did last year, all right? So y'all need to understand this right now. So for Spike Lee, if you're wondering why no team signs him, then you know why, okay? This is nothing against him, but Spike Lee, you don't understand this. Since you bring up your Jets in First Take, the Jets already re-signed a quarterback. They re-signed Geno Smith. Not to forget to mention they have Bryce Petty, who was their first-round pick last year. They got a quarterback already. And yeah, Fitzpatrick, all right, he basically folded last year. But still, 2 years ago, the man did win 10 games. It was almost about a game away from making the playoffs, okay? So Fitzpatrick wasn't that bad. The problem is just the head coach right now is Todd Bowles. Todd Bowles need to get it together. They need to give Todd Bowles more help offensively. Okay, so the Jets have a quarterback. They have their 2 quarterbacks already. They don't need Colin Kaepernick. So for all y'all people who went on Colin Kaepernick's side, y'all need to understand this. Y'all should have basically looked at the whole situation right now, what was going on before y'all got on him, okay? Because this is the problem with sports. People look at what's going on in season. They only pay attention to football and basketball when the season starts. Nobody looks at preseason. Nobody looks at off-season or what's going on. Or nobody looks at the storylines, what's going on off camera, okay? They only look at free agency, but they don't look at what's going on with these players. That whole year, Kaepernick was looking out for himself. And this one I understand too, okay? You don't want to stand up for the flag now. Why stand up for it now? Okay? If you Colin Kaepernick, you can't be no hypocrite. All right? You can't just say you're going to stand up for that flag now because now you're trying to get signed to another team. Because that's basically, that means all he cares about is his money. He's looking out for his contract. He ain't looking out for what's really going on. All right? So if you don't want to sit, when you told everybody that you don't stand up for the flag then, why stand up for the flag now? Okay? So that's what makes Colin Kaepernick to me look like somebody that just like said all for himself, makes him look selfish and inconsiderate, okay? Because when all these issues was going down, he said nothing. And let's just keep it real right now too. Colin Kaepernick has not donated a penny of his money to no black foundation at all. No organization like Black Lives Matter. He hasn't donated nothing, okay? He hasn't spoken up to nothing about those victims that suffer their lives innocently out there on the streets anyway, okay? And y'all need to understand this too. What y'all don't realize, or some of y'all don't realize, is that Colin Kaepernick was raised by a white family. He's a foster child. They adopted him. I guess his real parents couldn't take care of him, so Colin Kaepernick had to grow up as an adopted foster child, but this white family took him and raised him in Wisconsin. Whether it be Green Bay, Milwaukee, wherever it is, they took him and raised him. They raised Kaepernick in a nice neighborhood, okay? He didn't have to grow up in the hood at all. He had to grow up in poverty like so many other black athletes had to endure. His story wasn't the same as a Deshaun Jackson or a Richard Sherman. Okay, he didn't grow up like none of those cats at all. The ones in the NFL that did grow up in the hood and did have it rough, Colin Kaepernick did not live the same way at all. So I understand why he's talking about all this racism, okay? Why he's talking about white folks like he is, because not all of them are bad. The white folks that took care of Kaepernick, they raised him like one of their own. So that should tell you right now that not all white folks are that bad or that terrible, okay? So y'all need to understand that Colin Kaepernick was not raised like somebody like me who had to grow up rough, who was raised in a single parent home for a long time, whose parents were separated. And my mom had to work 2 or 3 jobs just to raise me by herself, okay? He didn't have that at all. This man had it easy most of his life, okay? He went to one of the best schools in the country, which is Nevada University. That's when he's beasting at. The man didn't grow up in the hood at all. He didn't have it rough. He didn't grow up in neighborhoods that was doing drug dealing. He didn't grow up in neighborhoods where you had drive-by shootings and the cops was constantly harassing black folks and basically doing crime, you know what I'm saying, putting drugs and getting into the drug game and doing all this other crazy stuff like some of these officers would be doing. He didn't grow up with that at all. He never had the chance to be pulled over. He never been approached by who he is, being half white and half black. He not to go deal with none of that. So why now? All right? So I need to understand this. He did that so he could get sympathy. He did that so y'all could get behind his back so somebody can trade him. He did that so maybe one team can sign him, but that ain't the case right now. All right? So that's what's going on with Kaepernick. And again, I'm not hating on him. I'm not trying to bash him. I'm just trying to tell y'all what's really going on right now. Because me, I'm going to tell y'all the facts, and I'm going to tell y'all what's real. Y'all don't believe me? Y'all need to go look up this whole story right now and look at all the issues, or look at the whole storyline about trying to leave the San Francisco 49ers, all right? If y'all don't believe me. But that's just what it is right now. Colin Kaepernick's in free agency right now in limbo because ain't no team taking a chance on him. And furthermore, it was a problem for him anyway because he was asking the agent to sign him for that $12 million and wasn't no team take him. Okay, he has a low QBR rating. He can't throw downfield hardly, and he has no other game. Without that pistol wing T play that he was used to doing when Harbaugh was there, you take that away from him, he's done. All right? Again, so, I mean, Colin Kaepernick, he should have been smarter than that. Okay? Because, all right, I understand you don't want to play no more, but at least wait till your contract's up. That's what I would have did. I would have waited till my contract was up. I would have still showed up with that team and practiced with them. I would have still had another, because you got another chance every year to go to the Super Bowl. I would have at least been trying to get to the playoffs. At least show teams that you're trying, that you can still play. But no, but Kaepernick was just being lazy. That's all that was. He was just looking out for himself. He didn't really care about the issues at all. He wasn't really trying to protest for that flag. He was just sitting down, and because they all got behind his side, then he had to change his mind. But still, y'all need to know what it is. This is Zach Hankins here, and shouts out to my subscribers. Shouts out to the ones viewing this video. And shouts out to the people who I've been getting through to, okay? Who see what I see, who now see the light. Shouts out to RBI. He hit me up the other day. He now sees why I've been telling him to watch out for those YouTube scammers, the ones I've been beefing with, because they don't know everything they be talking about. They just there to get your money and make a quick hustle. This is the Afterthought. I thank y'all for tuning into the video. Y'all keep on, stay tuned. I'll send more videos, and I'll see you soon.